In this video, we're going to take a look at triggering goals based on user interaction with HTML elements such as links or buttons. The first thing we're going to do is create two goals. This one is a marketer, and the second goal is not a marketer. Now we're going to use these just as a simplified example of a user type, if the user is a marketer or not a marketer. With our two goals created, now we're going to create a condition. First condition we're going to create is a marketer. And then what we're going to do is say if goal is a marketer is completed. And then we can use this as our condition to say this user is a marketer. Now the next thing we can do, if I come back to my conditions, I can go ahead and duplicate this, and I'm just going to say is not a marketer, and I'm going to just say if the is not a marketer goal is completed. Publish this. Now I'm going to add a third condition, and I'm going to do this again by duplicating our existing conditions just to save some time. And I'm just going to call this marketer goals completed. So for this, I'm going to say if the is not a marketer is completed, and I'm going to add another here, and I'm going to say or, I'm going to say goal during all visits is a marketer completed. So we're going to use this to be able to determine if we're going to message to ask the question if they're a marketer or not a marketer. I'm going to go ahead and click publish. If we go back to our conditions, you'll see that we have our three conditions here, and we also have our two goals. Now the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to create a logic bar. I'm just going to call this "Are you a marketer?" Now we're going to display this when the marketer goals condition is not met. That means we're asking that question if either of those goals are completed, and condition not met means when that condition is not true. So this will show this logic bar anytime a user has not completed either one of those goals. Are you a marketer? And you'll see what we have here is our default logic bar button, and it says click here. I'm just going to simplify this and say no. And then I'm also going to copy this and paste another button here and just say yes. Now this is just regular HTML, so you can do what you want in this area. I'm just going with a very simple example here. Now what I do want to do is, if the user is not a marketer, I'm just right now going to direct them to the home page. Now if they are a marketer, I'm going to direct them to our marketing page. Now, this is very straightforward, and let's test to see if this works. I'm going to go ahead and publish this. I'm going to go to our website, and I'm actually going to open this in a new incognito window. There we go. Are you a marketer? Yes or no? I'm going to go ahead and click no, and now you see that we just reloaded the page. If I click yes, it's going to take us to our marketing page, but it's still showing us this pop-up. Now what we can do with this is we can set one of those goals based on which button the user clicks. I'm going to jump into our Logic Hop instructions here, and on the Logic Hop goals page you see that we have set goals from HTML elements. This gives you instructions on how to implement this, but you can see what we're really going to do is we're going to use one of these goal trigger CSS classes and just add that to the element that the user is going to interact with. There's a variety of options that you have. They're all very self-explanatory. I'm going to just choose the click option here, and I'm just going to actually copy this. Back on my logic bar page, I'm going to take my yes answer, and you'll see that I have my HTML class. I'm just going to paste this in here and put in a space. So what I've done is I have a class, and I'm just adding logic hop click. And then I'm adding a data attribute. So I have data-goal, and then I'm going to have my goal slug is a marketer. Now we can see in our goals what these goal slugs actually are. So if I click on is not a marketer, you can see the goal slug is not a marketer. I'm going to go ahead and copy this because I'm going to use this as well. I'm going to go back to my logic bar. I'm just going to enter this in. I'm just going to type it in. Logic hop click. data-goal is not a marketer. Now I'm going to go ahead and update this. Now, one thing that we have on this page, if we view the page, I'm going to reload here, that on this marketing page, if I go back to the home page again, we're going to see this. I'm going to go ahead and say, are you a marketer? And I'm just going to click no. And you see it reloads this page, and it's not going to ask me that question again. If I go to the marketing page, it's still not going to ask me that again. So this is a nice way that you can easily set Logic Hop goals based on user interactivity. Let's just expand on this just a little bit more and see this in action. So I'm going to edit this page. And currently it just says this is our home page. I'm going to add a condition that says if else, and I'm going to say is a marketer. And I'm going to insert this here. And now I'm also going to add in a next step here. I'm going to select and just add an else if, and I'm going to select is not a marketer. And then I have my else statement here. And you'll see this allows me to really have 3 different versions of this. You're a marketer. You're not a marketer. We don't know what you are. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this. Now it's important to note when I'm in my incognito window here, this is a unique session. So if I go ahead and I close out the incognito window and I open this back up and I come back to this page, now the goal is not set, it's not stored. And you can see this is our home page. We don't know what you are. And now we say, are you a marketer? And I'm going to go ahead and click yes here. And that takes me to the marketing page and it says this is a marketing page. If I go back to my home page, it says you're a marketer. So this just gives you a quick example or an overview of how you can use goals and use this to set the goals based on user activity on the site, and also how to display some simple messages based on conditions using those goals. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, email us at info@logichop.com.